Martell Holt has finally opened up in a way we never expected. After years of drama, denial, and deflection, Martell made a confession that has everyone talking. What started as a regular furniture shopping trip turned into an emotional roller coaster that exposed some deep truths. Martell wasn't just browsing for couches, he was walking through the pieces of a life he's trying to rebuild. And as he opened up to Destiny Payton, the truth started to pour out, piece by piece. It wasn't about furniture. It was about pain, regret, and a man who still hasn't let go of the woman he once called his wife. Melody Shari. So, here's what went down. Martell walked into the store with Destiny, saying he was shopping for furniture for an investment property. That was the first red flag. Because when Destiny started asking questions, it didn't take long for the conversation to switch from couches to confessions. Martell mentioned that Arian. Yes, the same Arian Curry who he's been linked with ever since the split from Melody, was thinking about moving in. But then he dropped a bomb. He said Arian wasn't moving in until they were married. That alone made Destiny raise an eyebrow. Because the idea of marriage? That's a big deal. And Martell claimed he's been looking at rings, but before we could even process that shock, Martell started to backtrack emotionally. He started reflecting on how fresh his divorce from Melody still feels. And that's when Destiny hit him with something we've all been thinking. She told him straight up, he's stuck. And when a woman says you're stuck, she's not just talking about your emotions. She's talking about your whole life being paused in the past. That comment hit Martell hard. He didn't argue. He didn't deny it. He stumbled. He hesitated. And in that hesitation, we saw the truth. Martell is not over Melody. Not even close that he tried to talk up Arian. Said she respects him, takes care of him, cooks for him. But you could tell even he didn't fully believe what he was saying. Because respect and care are great, but they don't erase love. And deep down, Martell knows it. Arian may be the one he's with, but Melody is the one who had his heart. The one who built with him, challenged him, saw his potential, and helped shape him into the man he is today. And now, all of that is gone. Let's talk about the internet's reaction because baby, the timeline exploded. The minute that episode aired, fans rushed to social media with thoughts, feelings, and tweets that shook the internet. One fan said, "You don't miss Melody. You miss the lifestyle she gave you." Another wrote, "Arian is the understudy. Melody is the lead, and Martell knows it." And they're not wrong. Melody posted a picture after the episode, glowing on a rooftop with the caption, "Healing never looked so good." No explanation. No hashtags. Just her shining in her peace. Meanwhile, Martell? He went silent. No comments. No damage control. Just a couple of selfies that looked more like cries for help than confidence. Arian wasn't quiet though. She posted a video in a robe with the caption, "Wife vibes." And y'all, the internet did not hold back. The comments dragged her for filth. People were asking, wife to who, and reminding her that a ring doesn't mean love when the man giving it is still crying over someone else. That robe post might have been meant to flex, but all it did was expose the truth. Arian is not the one Martell wants. Not really. According to a source close to the show's production, Martell has been struggling behind the scenes. He's been talking to crew members, saying he never thought Melody would leave for good. He believed she would always come back, always forgive him. But Melody's growth has made it clear, she's done. And when a woman is done, no ring, no flowers, no tears will bring her back. She gave him her all, and he chose someone else. Now he's facing the reality that the other woman can't replace what he had with his wife. Let's look at the numbers. Melody is out here winning. She's got skin care lines, speaking gigs, brand partnerships, and more. She turned heartbreak into a business and pain into purpose. She's booked, busy, and glowing. Meanwhile, Martell's financial situation seems shakier. He's been living off reality checks and small brand deals. Nothing close to what he had when he was with Melody. So now we have to ask, was it ever about Arian? Or was he just trying to recreate the life that only Melody could give him? Destiny saw through it all. When Martell started preaching about relationships and giving her advice, she laughed. Because how is he going to give anyone advice when his whole situation is a mess? She played it cool, but the energy was clear. She wasn't buying it. And neither were we. Here's where it gets even messier. Martell reached out to Melody through a mutual friend. He wanted to meet up and talk. Melody said no. She didn't even entertain the request. She made it known, boundaries are in place. She's not entertaining old energy. That's growth. That's strength. And that's what makes her the Real prize. Martell had her, lost her, and now he's realizing she was his anchor. Not just a wife, but the foundation of the life he once knew. Let's be real, it's been years since the divorce. If Martell still feels like it just happened, that's not nostalgia, that's emotional stagnation. He hasn't healed. He's still hoping for a do-over. But life doesn't work like that. You can't betray someone repeatedly and expect them to still be waiting when you finally get it. That's not love. That's selfishness. And now, every time he sees his kids, he's reminded of what he lost. Not just a marriage, but a family. People close to the situation say Martell shows up to events alone, even when he was supposed to be with Arian. The vibe between them is off. The chemistry's not there. And when the cameras stop rolling, his smile fades. He looks like a man going through the motions, trying to pretend he's okay when he's not. That's what happens when you try to build a future with someone who was never meant to be your forever. Fans were shook after that episode. Some felt like it was a breakthrough, finally seeing Martell own up to his feelings. Others were frustrated because they felt it was too little, too late. Melody went through hell and back on camera, holding down her family while Martell was living out his fantasies. And now that reality has hit, he wants sympathy. People weren't having it. Many viewers, especially women who've lived through betrayal, felt deeply for Melody. They saw themselves in her story. They remembered what it was like to give everything to someone who didn't value them until it was too late. And Martell's confession felt like a slap in the face and a sigh of relief at the same time. Yes, he finally admitted it. But why did it take so long? Why did she have to suffer so much for him to realize her worth? One fan said, he didn't appreciate her when she was loving him. Now he's stuck with his mistake. That's real. That's pain. And that's the truth of so many relationships where one person grows while the other stays the same. Then you have Martell calling Arian wife material, while crying over Melody in the same breath. Make it make sense. That's not devotion. That's desperation. He's not in love. He's in regret. And fans picked up on that immediately. They called it performative. They said he's trying to fill the void with someone who doesn't challenge him the way Melody did. Because let's be honest, Arian is the fallback plan. Melody was the foundation. And when you build a house on shaky ground, it's bound to collapse. Destiny, once again, was the voice of reason. She told Martell what we've all been screaming, go to therapy. Get real. Heal for real. Because until he deals with his emotional damage, he's just going to keep hurting the people around him. And most of all, he's going to keep hurting himself. Some fans think this could be a turning point for Martell. Maybe he'll finally do the work, go to therapy, and grow up. Others think it's just another act in a long list of manipulative moves. But no matter what side you're on, one thing is clear, Martell never truly let go of Melody. He might pretend. He might deny it. But his actions, his words, his silence, everything points to one truth. Melody was the one. And now she's gone. Arian reportedly found out about the confession during filming. She was livid, crying, yelling, threatening to leave. But we've seen this before. She threatens, he smooth talks, and the cycle continues. But the damage is done. Because once again, Martell showed the world where his heart still lives. And it's not with Arian. So where does he go from here? Will he keep pretending he's moved on while secretly longing for the past? Or will he finally step into the truth, take accountability, and stop dragging people into his emotional chaos, because this is more than just a storyline. It's a life lesson. When you lose something real because you chased something fake, the regret hits different. And no amount of new furniture, new rings, or new women can cover up a broken heart that never healed. So now we turn it over to you. Do you think Martell really wants to move on with Arian? Or is he just putting on a show because he knows he can't get Melody back? And do you believe he's truly sorry, or just sorry he got caught? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because this conversation isn't over. Not by a long shot.